Laura from Babe Life Fitness, and I'm coming at you today with 12 life hacks to start eating clean. Okay, so we all know that eating clean is important, but what actually is eating clean? There's so many definitions out there, and there's so many people who say this is clean and that's clean, and some people hate the term eating clean, but I'm just going to tell you what my definition is, because I think it's going to be different for everybody. I think that eating clean means eating foods that don't have as many preservatives as possible, as many chemicals as possible, are as fresh as possible, and have the most nutrients for their density. I think that that's really important to make sure you're not just sort of stuffing yourself with filler, but actually getting nutrients in your food. And it's harder than you think. There's a lot of hidden items in food. Everyone's telling you to check your labels. I highly recommend it. And do your research, really, that's what's important. But let's not get too carried away here. I believe that you are going to identify what's most important to you, and then you just need to go with that. For me, eating clean might look different from your version of eating clean, and that's okay. I don't know why we all need to have the same version. It really does not matter. As long as you are doing your best and making your educated decisions based on what your needs are. I think that's the most important thing to eating clean. So my first life hack is going to be clearing out your kitchen. Our kitchen is full of hidden surprises. We all know we have that drawer or that cupboard or that shelf in the pantry that has a bunch of junk in it. It's stuff that you know is bad for you, and you put it away, you put it away at the back of the shelf for when you really need it. But I am going to really suggest that you clean out your freezer, clean out your fridge, and clean out your cupboards, because when you're hungry and you are hangry and you know that you need something right freaking now and it has to be sugar, you're gonna go for that junk. And if it's not there, you're gonna reach for the best alternative that you can. And if you have a fridge and a kitchen and shelves that are stocked with healthy, nutritious foods, then you're gonna make better choices. So definitely clean out your kitchen before you do anything else. My next step is maybe one of the most important ones, is creating a meal plan for your week. Every Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, my husband and I sit down and say, okay, what are our meals going to be this week? Or at least we try to. Sometimes we forget. But we try, what are our meals going to be for this week? Because we go to the farmer's market on Saturdays, we do a grocery shop either on the weekend or sometimes during the week, and we need to make sure that we have everything that we need to make the meals that we are intentionally setting out for the week. So if we decide that, Tuesday is going to be taco night, but we're going to make healthy fish tacos, and we're going to make our own guacamole and our own salsa or whatever else, we need to have those ingredients on hand. Because if we get to 5 o'clock, we want to be eating by 5:30 or 6 o'clock, and we don't have those ingredients, we're going to go out and we're going to make bad choices. We're going to say, screw this, we don't have what we need, let's get takeout. Let's order pizza, let's go out, let's hit the grocery store and just get a freezer meal that we can just throw in the oven or in the microwave. And that's not going to be a healthy choice for our family. So I think that everything that you do with eating when you're trying to make a change to start eating clean has to be intentional. You have to have a plan and you follow it, because that way you're not falling back onto your old habits. You're actually being intentional about how you want to eat your food and get your nutrition. So creating a meal plan is a huge key to that. I don't really do lunches or breakfast, because most of that stuff we'll just I'll get stuff from what we have have at home, and I make sure we have enough stuff for the week. But we really have to do dinners. Dinners are where we fail the most, because we are tired, we don't have a lot of time, we're getting home from work, or we're deciding that we need to do something really fast because we've got an extracurricular activity, or our kid needs a bath, or has to go to bed early. We need to be the most efficient at dinner time. So having a meal plan really takes the guesswork out of it, and without having those really annoying conversations with your husband. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? Well, I don't know. Maybe this. Well, I don't really feel like that. If you've got a plan, you stick to the plan. I think that's really important. The next step kind of goes right along with this. Make a grocery list. You've got your meal plan, you need to know what you have to do. in order to make those foods. Make sure you have all your recipes on hand, write down everything that you need, because otherwise you're gonna have to hit the grocery store again, and that's just a pain in the butt. So make sure you have a grocery list, and when you look at that grocery list, you can say, this is where I need to go, so that when you go shopping, you have a plan. You're not just winging it, you're not just recalling from memory, you know what you need. Number 4, shop the edges of the grocery store. I am not kidding on this one. This is so important. Most of the bad foods are right in the middle of the grocery store. If you go around the edges, you're hitting produce, you're hitting the meat department, you're hitting dairy, you're hitting the bakery. Everything else that you need is really on the periphery. All the stuff in the middle has the most chemicals, has the most preservatives, has the most sugar, has the most carbs and additives. It's really not where you want to be. Like, really think about it. Think of that cereal aisle, the dreaded cereal aisle, the chip aisle, the pop aisle. Those are like usually from 2 to 5. Those are the aisles, 2 to 5. They're right in the middle of the grocery store. So make sure you're avoiding those aisles if you can, and to make sure that you are not getting a lot of those sugars and additives and chemicals in your diet. Number 5. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit different from some of the other meal prep things that you hear about, but buy what you like. Don't buy food that you don't like. This makes no sense. You know, people, they say, oh, I want to eat healthier or whatever. So choose the clean stuff of what you like. Don't go choose, everything that you want. But like, if you love raspberries, but you don't like blackberries, don't buy blackberries. Don't buy kale because you think you should be eating it when you hate kale. I do not like kale. I am trying to like kale, but it's not in me right now. So I am not going to go about and buy a bunch of kale because it's just going to go bad in my fridge. There's no point to buying food that I don't like. So make sure that you're buying food that you actually like, so that you're eating the food that you actually like. You don't punish yourself for eating clean. It's supposed to be a reward. Natural, healthy, fresh food is delicious. You have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy the things you're buying, buy something different. Buy what you like. It's really important to like your food. Otherwise, you will never stay on your plan. You'll never stay with a healthy, clean lifestyle. It'll never stick because you are gonna hate it the whole time. So make sure you're buying what you like. Number 6, meal prep. I know everyone says you have to meal prep, and I can sometimes be so bad about it because it can be a little bit of work to do. But when you do it, you thank yourself the entire rest of the week because it takes the guesswork about what you're snacking on, what you're putting into your body, and it makes it really easy. Like, eating clean is not healthy. There's a lot of chopping involved. There's a lot of cleaning all the fruit and vegetables. There's a lot of, work involved. So as long as you can, if you do all the work on like a Sunday night and you take 2 hours or an hour and a half and chop a bunch of vegetables into, like snack size pieces, or package them into like little Tupperware containers or glass containers, so that you can take them to work or throw them in your purse, it makes it so much easier to eat healthy and make good choices on the go, because we're all busy. Everybody I know is super busy and crammed, and the easiest thing that they can do to help themselves eat clean and make healthy choices is to have it on hand. So if you can just grab something out of the fridge, it's so much easier, and you're way less likely to like go out and grab something from the drive-thru or from the convenience store or from the grocery store that isn't necessarily super healthy, and make good choices. So that's a really important one. Number 7, eat multiple times a day. I am a huge fan, and when I see the most results on me is when I am eating 4 to 6 times a day. I'm eating every 2 to 4 hours, and I am putting healthy, clean snacks in my body on a regular basis. That means that I'm not pigging out at lunch. I don't have a huge breakfast. I don't have a huge dinner. Everything's kind of like 3/4 to a half of serving of what I would usually have, because I'm eating smaller meals throughout the day. This is really good for your metabolism. It's really good for your blood sugar, and you are gonna love how much energy you have when you start doing it. I cannot recommend this enough. I really think you should do it. I personally should be eating like 5 times a day, but most of the time I eat 4 because I always forget something, or I'm too busy and I don't do it, but just try and get kind of 6 is ideal, 4 or 5 is still really awesome. So make sure you're snacking, making sure you have healthy snacks on hand because you've meal prepped, and go from there. Number 8. Okay, this one I am a huge fan of. I really, really believe in healthy substitutions. I think that food is not meant to be just fuel. Our culture, our history has used food as a way of expressing ourselves, a way of identifying our culture, and I don't believe that it should just be fuel and not enjoyed, and you should just eat your macros and that's it. I think food is so much more than that. So I really think that by having healthy substitutions, you can make some of your favorite meals. You can make tacos. Tacos don't have to be this like really unhealthy food for you. You don't have to have everything fried. You don't have to have a lot of like sour cream or whatever. So you use healthy substitutions. So for instance, tacos. My family, we make our own guacamole. It's avocados, it's tomatoes, onions, some garlic and onion salt, salt and pepper. Like it's all good stuff. Like it's nothing that you really, would say that that's a junk food. So, so guacamole does not have to be this like super unhealthy food. It can be really healthy if you make it yourself and you do it on your own. When I always loved sour cream on my tacos. I love it. So what do I use now? I use plain non-fat Greek yogurt. It's a great substitution. You get exactly the same flavor, and you get some protein and way less like fat in it. It's really good. And let's say you wanted to make a chicken salad sandwich. Well, I would suggest kicking the bread and going for a whole wheat wrap, then mixing the mayonnaise and using avocado or plain non-fat Greek yogurt as a substitute. Again, you get that same feeling, you enjoy it just as much, it tastes so much better. Actually, I love avocado in a chicken salad. It tastes better than mayonnaise. And you don't get a bunch of the additives, chemicals, and preservatives, and it's just as good for you. So make sure, find different ways of taking out the unhealthy ingredients in some of your favorite dishes and putting healthier ones in. This is my favorite thing to do. We make chicken enchiladas with a sauce that is made entirely out of vegetables and spices, and it's so healthy, it's so good for you, it's so delicious, it's way better than the normal enchilada sauces, and it's like, so it's not even hard, it's so easy. So there are ways of really substituting healthy foods in for some of your favorite dishes that maybe aren't so healthy. Number 9, get spicy instead of saucy. Sauces have so much sugar, so many additives, and so many chemicals, and generally are not good for you. Unless you're making your own sauce and know exactly what's going in it, I suggest to nix the sauce. I think that there are so many different ways of adding extra flavor to your chicken, to your stews, to everything else without making an extra sauce. By using spices, you get a much more dense flavor without all of the extra chemicals. Spices have like next to no calories and actually have a lot of nutritional benefits. So I would highly recommend swapping out the sauce and throwing on some extra spice. It will change your dinner and it will change your life. Okay, so we're eating clean and yeah, everything's going great. But sometimes you just need a burger. You just need a treat meal. You want to go out drinking with your girlfriends. You're celebrating some anniversary, birthday, engagement, whatever, and you want to treat yourself. Go for it. I think that treat meals are an awesome way of achieving a balance in your lifestyle. Don't think you need to be eating clean all the time. I think an 80-20 rule is perfect for weight loss or getting to be healthier. I think that's just a great way to start. So I don't think that you need to never eat burgers again, never eat fries again, never eat some of your favorite foods just because you think that, oh, you want to be eating clean and you're on a diet and whatever. Like, screw that. I want to go out and enjoy dinner with my friends at a nice restaurant. I want to go to an Italian place and have delicious pasta. I don't want to do it all the time, but I definitely think that there's a time and place for it. However, what I'm going to suggest is make it intentional. Make sure you have a plan. You know when events coming up, you know when your friends' birthdays are. Save your treat meal for a specific event and occasion that you know you're going to be tempted anyway. You know you're going to go to an Italian restaurant where they serve a bunch of pasta. Look at the menu beforehand. Know what you're going to get. Start looking forward to it. And make it intentional. Know what you're gonna have. Don't just get there on the fly and you know, eat all the cheese and all the bread and whatever. Like, go and enjoy yourself, but don't go overboard. By having a plan, you will be so much better prepared when the time comes to order from the menu. You're gonna know what you want, you're gonna know how it's gonna make you feel, and you're gonna know how big of a portion you're gonna be able to have. So I think the best thing you can do is be intentional with your treat meals. Don't just do it off the fly. Don't say, oh, well, I haven't had a treat meal in a while. I'm just gonna go for ice cream with my family. No. Make sure that you say, okay, once a week or twice a month, I'm gonna have a treat meal, and plan it in advance. Know what you're gonna have, know how you're gonna treat yourself, and then you look forward to it. And then when it's over, you feel more satisfied. You don't say, oh, I want more, I want more, I want more. You know what's gonna happen, and you just and you're happy with what you get. Number 11, mix it up. I cannot say this enough. There are so many people who have the same chicken, brown rice, and greens every single night. And that's just what they eat for dinner. That's their dinner, and unless it's a special occasion or a treat meal, they eat the same thing for dinner. I personally cannot live this way. I know that for me, I like to have a variety of different foods. I like to change it up in the kitchen, and it makes my life just a little bit more exciting. You know, like, I'm not bored of my food. Food isn't just eating for the sake of getting fuel. I'm enjoying my food. I'm enjoying my dinner with my family, and it's a much more enjoyable experience overall. So that's where the meal plan is going to come in handy. You can say, okay, well, you know, Wednesday it can be pasta. Brown rice pasta with an easy, clean sauce. I'm going to do a salad and chicken on Thursday, and Friday is going to be my treat meal with my family, and we're going to go out. So by having that meal plan, again, you are helping yourself not make bad decisions. And by mixing it up enough, you're not going to fall off the wagon, because you're actually going to enjoy the lifestyle you set for yourself, and you're going to enjoy eating clean and liking the way it makes you feel. Number 12, watch your portions. I cannot stress this enough. Restaurants have exceeded their portion size over the last decade. You can go online and see a bunch of memes and whatever, and information about how they've grown the average size of a burger to include like another third of meat, and that's just that much more calories, that much more bun, that much more condiment. So really watch your portions. If any of you have seen the 21-Day Fix infomercials or whatever, you'll have seen these little containers here. These help you control your portions for all the different types of food. We've got vegetables here. Purple is for fruit. Yellow is for carbs. Red is for protein. Blue is for like dairy and fats, and orange is for seeds and stuff. So I think it's really important to have a way of controlling your portions and know what an actual portion size is. Google it. Honestly, it's the easiest thing in the world. You Google, you know what a portion size is. That information is out there. These guys really help you portion out your meals and portion out your nutrients to make sure that you are balanced across a single day period. And then every single day you get a certain number of these based on your personal goals and profile, and you go from there. And it's just a great way of figuring out how much you need of every single food group. So those are my 12 clean eating hacks. I hope you like them. I hope you implement some of them into your life to create a healthier, balanced lifestyle. And if you like this video, subscribe below to get more, and check out my blog at www.babelifefit.com for more tips, tricks, and fun stuff. Thanks so much. Have a great week.